Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I'm here today to do a review on one of the Viseart's eyeshadow palettes. This is the one I have. It's called 02 Boheme Dream. So let me open up the palette. This is what the palette looks like. It does not have a mirror and this has a plastic top. And these are the shades that you get. You have 12 shades and these are pretty large pans. Yeah, and these are shades. You have a gold, you have copper, burgundy, a very pale green, a mid-tone green, a dark green, you have a baby pink, you have a hot pink, a fuchsia, you have a silver, you have a baby blue, and you have a dark blue. Now all of these shades are shimmers. There are no mattes in this palette. So yeah, this palette retails for $80. Yeah, you heard it right, 80. This palette retails for $80 for 12 shades, and the amount of product that you get is 0.84 ounce, which comes up to 0.07 ounces per pan, which is definitely a lot of product. The usual amount of product that you get in pans, for example, the MAC eyeshadows, it's 0.05 ounces, but here you get 0.02 ounce more. So yeah, that is that. And this is made in France. Viseart is a French brand, if you didn't know. So yeah, so let's get into the swatches and talk about the formulation of the eyeshadows, and then let's discuss if this palette is truly worth $80 or not. Yes, let's get into the swatches. Let's do this column. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the pans, just one swipe and then you get this amount of pigmentation. Let's do the second column. These are very soft, you guys. They are not scratchy, or they don't have any kind of I didn't experience any kind of friction. Some eyeshadows are kind of rough, gritty, that's the right word, kind of gritty. These are very smooth and soft. Let's do the final column. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so these are swatches. Yeah, now on to the formulation of these eyeshadows. Now these are very soft shimmers, right? They are not foil, they are not overly metallic, they are not flashy, they are not in your face. So these are very work appropriate and daytime appropriate kind of eyeshadows. So these are subtle, they are not very loud. But since all of them are shimmers, you need to pull in another palette if that's something you want to do. Now, for example, if you take a look at the eyeshadow look I have done, I used this palette only. I did not bring in another palette. This is a palette I used. Now, I've used 6 of the shades. I have used all of the shades, of course, but for today's look, I have used 6 shades. Now, I have the gold in the inner corner, then the pink, the hot pink in the center of my lid, and let me open this one. Yeah, and this dark green at the outer corner, and in the crease I went with this mid-tone light green in the crease, in the inner part of the crease, and then in the mid part of the crease I use this shade, and then in the outer part of the crease where the outer corner joins in with the crease, for that area I use this dark blue. So these, as you can see, they look quite colorful and intense in a pan, but on the lid they are pigmented, don't get me wrong. They are not too sheer where it needs a lot of stressful building up to do. It's not that way. They are very subtle, but yet they go on the eyelids very easily and very beautifully, and they blend like a dream. Now when I use these shadows in the crease, the shimmers, I just applied them. I didn't go in and blend. I didn't do any of those windshield wiper motions back and forth. I didn't do it at all for this look. I just used a blending brush to apply, and they blended by themselves. Really, truly, they just blend by themselves. So I didn't have any problem. It was actually, I used 6 shadows and I finished the eye look very, very quickly. That's because I didn't have to go in and blend too much, nothing like that. So I'm actually impressed with how easy it is to use these shadows. It's so easy, and you can finish a look pretty quickly if you use these shadows. Now, not all shades are excellent. Now, I do not like this pale green. The reason because it is actually kind of sheer. It does take a lot of building up to do. So this is the only shade which gave me a little bit of trouble. Now, Viseart says all of their eyeshadow palettes are actually universal powders. They can be used anywhere in your face. Now, I wanted to test it out as well. So I have the gold as my highlight today. This is the highlight I have. See how reflective. It does not on here. Oh, please disregard this large pimple. So yeah, let's cover that up. So this is the highlight that I have, and I have this burgundy shade as my blush. It comes on as a luminous blush. Now on the face, on the cheeks, as complexion products, these are so good. Just as I said, when I did not blend out the crease, I just applied them and they just blended by themselves. The same happened when I applied these on my cheek. The shimmers just melt into your skin, and they give, actually, for some reason on the eyes, they look subtle, and they're very subliminal kind of shimmers. But on the cheeks, actually, they look so intense. Can you see that? Can you see how intense they are? I am not using any kind of studio lighting. The light that you see in the video is just light from the ceiling, just normal lighting. You see how reflective they are? These are amazing highlights. Of course, I cannot use the entire palette as highlight. I probably can use these 2 shades as highlight. I don't think that's about it. These 2, and for a blush, maybe I can use this and maybe this hot pink. I have used the hot pink, I'm sorry, the fuchsia shade as a blush quite many times, and they are pigmented and look stunning as blushes as well. They give a beautiful sheen and so luminous, and they do not accentuate your texture, any bumps in your skin. They are pretty good as face products as well. So yeah, coming back to the price point, is this really worth $80? My answer is no, simply because I was actually disappointed that this shade is not good. Okay, an important disclaimer, I did not pay $80 for this palette. Yeah, I had a $25 gift card from Sephora, so I only ended up paying $25 less. So I did not pay full price for this eyeshadow palette. But even then, even for $55, I really want all the shades to look amazing and perform really well. Now this one is the only shade that I had trouble. I don't want to go in and build up, to be honest. Well, I would build up because I want to build up, not because it is a necessity, right? So yeah, this is maybe an average shade. All the others are outstanding. This one is an average shade. It's not bad. Definitely, I wouldn't categorize this as a bad shade, but this is, now the rest are, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10, just because my personal preference is like foiled metallics. But these, I'm just knocking off half point because they are not my preference, but the performance and the way they appear on the skin is amazing. So the rest I would give 9.5 out of 10, and this would be a 6. You know what I mean? They are not bad, but they are okay. So yeah, so for one okay shadow and 11 very good shadows, I'm not going to pay $80 for this. No. So in case if you have a gift card, or you are really into shadows of this with this kind of finish, maybe you should get it. I don't know. Or I recommend buy them at Sephora and use them, try them out, and check them out for yourself before you make a decision. Yeah, if you don't like it, you can always return at Sephora. So yeah, so my verdict is no, it's not worth the $80. Maybe less, but not $80. So yeah, these are my opinions that I have on this palette. So thank you so much for watching. Please thumbs up this video if you liked watching them, and please subscribe. Bye.